Hi, I'm Jenny Hensley, co-owner and effectiveness coach with Dynamics. Our goal is to help you get your time back, reclaim your life, and love your work again. This quick tip is going to focus on something that really bothers a ton of people and people struggle with, which is getting a good night's sleep. Friends, family, colleagues, I've heard it from so many people, and I have struggled with it for years. I went through the whole sleep study, ended up on tons of medication, and have just been through a whole cycle of things. And finally I decided, like I do about other things, that I'm going to do research on my own, try things on myself, and see what worked. So again, I'm not a doctor. This is not a substitute for a doctor, but these are the things that I have tried and have worked for me. And using some of these strategies, actually the combination of all of these strategies, I've been able to increase my sleep by over an hour a night and seriously increase the quality of my sleep. So the first thing that I did, and again, I adapted these like I've talked about with you when we did the habits video, one habit at a time. So I tried one thing at a time, saw how it worked, and went from there. So the first place I started was with your environment, or what is your room like, your whole sleep setting. Number one, and this is the most expensive one, is you have to have a very comfortable bed. I have a Sleep Number bed that adjusts, and I keep it propped up a little bit, and I can adjust the firmness of the mattress. That is expensive. In my mind, though, I can almost justify anything because you spend more time in your bed than you do in your car. So, and getting a good night's sleep is priceless. So, number one, get a good mattress. Two, light is essential. Studies have shown that even the little lights on your smoke detector can help distract your sleep. So I started using a sleep mask. This one, I don't know if you can tell, is kind of, it poofs out from your face so it doesn't smash your eyeballs and you can blink. That has been extremely helpful for me. And then your temperature in your room. You need to keep it rather cool. I keep a blanket on, but it should be, I keep my room around 68 at night. You should keep it as cold as you can tolerate, because studies show that in a cold environment you sleep better. So those are the three things to keep in mind about your environment. And again, I started with those. I did them one at a time, and I started with them because they were the easiest for me. The second important sleep hack is to have a set routine. And I'm very big on this. I have a set routine when I wake up, and I also have a set routine at night before I go to bed. So my night routine means that I go to bed at the same time. For me, that's typically between 9 and 9:30. I give myself a half an hour window. I even have my phone remind me that it's time for me to go to bed. I practice gratitude. So this is my Hollis Company Start Today journal. I do it in the morning, but I also practice gratitude before I go to bed. So write down 5 things that you're grateful for before I go to bed. That just puts me in a positive frame of mind. It kind of gets me out of any negative thinking that might be going on. And then you may have heard, because I've done a video about it too, my latest experiment has been, thanks to Mel Robbins' Mindset Reset project that she's doing. One of the challenges was to put your phone outside of your room. And for me, that meant not only putting the phone outside of my room and putting it on nighttime mode, but also reading paper books, because I was reading. This is something I tried, and now I found this new way even works better. So I was reading, and then I was listening to a nighttime meditation, and I was falling asleep to the nighttime meditation, and I would have sworn that I had to have it. But since I've moved the phone out of my room, I got a library card and have been reading paper books. And I have not been doing a meditation at night or listening to anything before I go to sleep. And my early sleep, early in the night, has been substantially better, and deeper sleep. So the next thing, set routine. You need to make sure you do the same routine every night. The third hack works not just for sleep, but for everything else in life, if you know that there's a pain point for you or something you struggle with, then plan ahead. Because if you have a plan in your mind that you can go to, it will help you in that moment. In other words, when I'm just like all of you, when I wake up in the middle of the night and I look at my watch and I think it should be 7 a.m. and it's 3 a.m., I tend to panic. And if you don't have a plan, that panic starts spinning, and then you end up staying up for the rest of the night because you've got your heart rate up, and you have yourself in a complete state that will not enable you to go back to bed because you're in anxiety and stress. So my wake up plan is I wake up, I'll look at my watch and see what time it is. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why, but I just do. So I will take a deep breath, make sure that I'm calm, get up, go to the bathroom, get a drink of water. Not a lot, but just get up so I can kind of reset. Then I go back to bed. I lay down and I do visualization. So I have goals that I have set for myself that I write down in my journal, and they are phrased in as if they've already happened. So I will think about one of my goals and I will picture that it already happened. I will think I've traveled to Paris. What would that be like? And I will imagine that. And the next thing I know, I'm asleep. So for me, again, my wake up plan, get up, get out of bed. Also, deep breathing really helps me. Yoga breathing where you inhale for 5 counts, hold it for 7 counts, and exhale for 5 counts. I don't know if that's the right counts, but it doesn't really matter because it works for me. So I will also do that breathing. So wake up, calm yourself, breathe. Just be okay with the fact that you're awake. The truth of the matter is we go through sleep cycles that I'm going to show you, and we wake up several times a night. We just don't always know it. My 4th sleep hack has been one that has been super interesting to me. And you're just going to have to forgive me for geeking out here. But that to rely on real data and not what you think. I have a Fitbit Charge 2 that tracks my sleep. I think it was $100-ish. And I also used a coupon at Bed Bath & Beyond. So that helped out too. But I use it to track my sleep every night and get real-time data. How long am I sleeping? What's my quality of sleep? So I'm going to show you that here. This is my data over the past month or so with sleeping. And I have nights where I sleep. My goal is to sleep 7.5 hours. A year ago, I was sleeping 6 hours and 15 minutes or so. And you'll see that my goal line is right here, and it gives me a little star every time I get over my goal line. I don't always do it, but I'm continuing to get better. And the fact that I've added an hour of quality sleep to my night, for me, is just huge. So if we look at Sunday night, which for me was a pretty good night of sleep, you can see that I cycled through the several stages of sleep. And what you'll find, or what studies show, is that you go through the cycles of sleep and they last from an hour to 2 hours at a time, depending on the individual. So you'll go through being awake, REM sleep, light sleep, deep sleep. And that means that you do wake up multiple times a night, even though you don't know it. And for me, what I've found is if I can get the deep sleep and the REM sleep to be these decent percentages, which these are good percentages. On my watch, it actually shows me what the average for my age would be. That these are pretty good levels of sleep. I'm finding that this deep sleep, especially as you can see here at the beginning of the night, has substantially increased since I got the phone out of my room. Just simply, completely increased since the phone is gone. So this gives you an idea. The other thing that has been so interesting to me about looking at my sleep is I might wake up and think, oh, I didn't sleep at all. I was up all night last night. And then I'll take a look and it'll be 7 hours and 10 minutes or 7 hours and 8 minutes and a ton of deep sleep. And then in my mind, I think, oh, okay, well, I slept well, so I must feel fine. So then I think I'm fine, and I'm fine for the rest of the day, which that may not happen for you, but for me, I just found it really interesting that that looking at real data could help me change my outlook on the entire day, which I've been using in other areas as well. So I hope that these 4 sleep hacks help you. They really, really have helped me, and I am continuing to learn about this. So if you have any suggestions or hacks for getting a good night's sleep, please share them in the comments. Also, as always, it helps us if you like and share, and if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Instructional Leadership Channel. Have a great day.